All right, good morning, everyone. So sorry I couldn't be there with you today. I just wanted to share with you a couple of things. So we'll talk about Nearpod when I come back on Wednesday. All of our materials will be accessible in this week's folder on Schoology. Please be aware that there were 2 Nearpods from last week if you haven't completed them. And we will be map testing next Wednesday. So just be aware that during class next Wednesday, we will be taking our map test. Go ahead and hit pause and read what we're going to be doing today. This is your quick write. So again, take a second and read it. Do your 5-minute quick write. But what we're really going to do today is transition from doing a rhetorical analysis of a text from a print text to a actual text with words. So when we were practicing before with the rhetorical situation, which was the writer or speaker, the one who's actually doing the rhetoric, we talked about the subject or the topic, what's being talked about. The audience is who is either there directly or is being addressed indirectly, and that those 3 corners of the triangle help to impact the center part, which is the purpose and the message. So we've practiced that process with print ads and commercials. So like we've talked about how the speaker of this ad is Old Spice. It's the product that's being sold. It's the company that made the message. We know that in an advertisement, the purpose is to purchase the product, which in this case is some sort of body wash and deodorant. The topic is the body wash, deodorant. And we were really focusing on how to get to that audience. Who is this targeting? So when we look at the content, we can see that this is a younger African American male. So that's definitely part of the audience, right? So this is targeting what a man should feel like or smell like by using their product. So we'll say younger African American males, and we can certainly be more specific if we really want to go further deep into this analysis. If we're looking at ethos, logos, and pathos, these are the techniques that are going to help to sell this product to this particular audience, or indirectly tell other people why this product is good. So what's the ethos? Well, we know that ethos and speaker are tied. So sometimes this visual might be helpful. So why should we trust Old Spice? They've been around for a long time. They specialize in hygiene. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. Products for men, so that would make us trust them. Logos, that's logic. So what is logical about this? What data or evidence are they providing for us? Another way we can think about it is how this ad is constructed. So it's showing up here at the top that he's hot. He's got a volcano. Down here on the bottom is more of a cool situation. So hot versus cool. I know you can't see it, but this product has palm trees and stuff on it. So it's connecting this idea of you're going to smell like an island, which is the scent. Pathos, they use the colors of the product in the ad. It makes us feel connected to the product, and you can keep going on and on. So how does this look when you look at those things in a text? Because this is what you're going to spend class time doing today. So this was the text from your quick write. So some of these are going to be really fast. Who's the speaker or the writer? Well, we know it's right here. It's President Lincoln. Who's the audience? Well, we know at least at one point it's the people standing here in front of him on the battlefield. And if we did a little research, we could be more specific with who those are. If we read it again, we might be able to see who those people are. What is the topic or the subject here? What is the purpose or the message? So here we have all men are created equal. That's the line from this speech that we all remember. So at least one of these is equality for all. And we know it was delivered during the Civil War. So it was primarily African American slaves. So they're talking about meeting on this battlefield. They're talking about the importance of living up to that promise of equality. They're talking about brave men living and dead. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but will never forget what they did here. So they're really trying to persuade that the government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish. So this idea goes also further than equality. It's about bringing the country together. So here we might even think of that as part of the purpose and the message. So the idea here, guys, is when we're reading a text, we're looking for the words. Because in an ad, there are images, there are colors, but in a text, there are words. So we can do the same thing as we did before. Like, why should we trust the president? Well, he's the president. And we can go further than that. We might want to go further than that, but just to give you an idea, once again, that ethos is connected to the speaker. So we want to make sure that we are always connecting those two together. But logos and pathos, we want to look for words. And some of those are going to be things like literary terms or choices that the writer made in order to make it a little more clear what's happening here. So when I'm looking through here, I see a lot of we. This word, we. Who is we? Here's a we. When we think about we, who's a we? That's going to be logos. It's the country. We have come to dedicate this field. We cannot dedicate. We cannot consecrate. We cannot. We cannot. We cannot. This is a literary term. If we start several sentences in the same way, that is parallel structure, and it is a very powerful persuasive tool. And in this case, it would directly lead us to pathos. What is the emotion that he is trying to get us to go and think and feel, to try to get us to act? There's going to be some patriotism here. But the most important thing in this part, guys, is you're going to need to have evidence. So you're going to want to make sure you include evidence. And I could help to do that here, but I also don't want to make this video way too long. So for each one of these, we're going to want to have evidence to support where do I see patriotism in here? Where do I see that we is the country in here? What are the examples of parallel structure or other literary terms I see? So I know that was really fast, but I wanted to give you at least a snap of what it might look like. So this assignment is linked in the Schoology folder. It's actually called Rhetorical Analysis Practice with the Text. Please let me know if you have questions. You can email, you can remind message, you can come to office hours, but I need you to make sure you have this done before our next class so I know what you understood and where we need to go from there. Between now and then, you want to make sure you study your terms. There is a practice Nearpod link in Schoology. There will be a quiz on Wednesday over those elements of rhetorical analysis and rhetorical situations. So all of these terms with a sprinkling of a few others. All right. I'll talk to you soon.